a lot of Vancouver talk here with Surrey, Gumpy. They went out and made the coaching change, got rid of Travis Green, and brought in Bruce Boudreau, old Gabby. Rupper, I'm sure you're familiar with your work with the NHL Network and NHL Radio and everything. He was a regular on there. I enjoyed listening to him on the drive in the morning, and he's back. And first press conference, already dropping an F-bomb on his way out there, and he got the boys a win in his first game. Like, I feel like this is a great hire. I feel like he's exactly what they need. He's the energy, the positivity, and I feel like he's going to do magic with that team. I don't know if they'll be a playoff team, but they'll certainly climb out of the basement where they've been stuck in.
Do you remember 2011 Road to the Winter Classic, Pittsburgh? I was on the team in Pittsburgh. We were playing against Washington, right? And
the HBO show. It was awesome.
HBO was
I forgot about that. That was electric.
HBO was following us all around, and it was just, dude, that's how it is. So I was fortunate enough to be in 2 Winter Classics, 11 and 12, and HBO both times. So it's like you got to see these different things with it. And in 2011, we were on an absolute fucking tear in Pittsburgh. Washington was like the opposite. They were losing every game, and they're following, right, like the months before leading up to the Winter Classic. And Gabby, Bruce Boudreau's in the room, and he's just laying into the boys. I mean, I don't even know. I'd love to go back and watch it. I'm sure that's on YouTube if anybody wants to check it out. But like, he was, every third word was the F-bomb. Like that, just like stuff. I don't even know what his point was, what he was saying, but he just, and you know what, from working with him and getting to know him, because I haven't known him, and I never met him, I should say. I played against his team, so I didn't know him until I worked with him at the NHL Network. And that's how it's refreshing, dude. The guy says what he wants to fucking say. He's not going to sugarcoat anything. He's just like, he says something sometimes you're almost like, did he just say that? Like, I'm surprised he said that because he's an NHL coach, but also like that was, I don't know, it just catches you off guard. But like, that's how he is. And it's almost like this endearing factor to him. And I have a buddy who played for him that was, his ice time was cut back. He wasn't seeing eye to eye with Bruce. And I was talking to him, and he's just like, he's kind of getting in little battles with Bruce. And he's like, dude, the problem is here is like, I can't not like him. Like, he's the most likable guy. Like, I want to punch him, but then I'm like, no, dude, I love this guy. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's awesome for him to go in there and just, there's one guy that comes into that locker room right now that has no pressure. That's Bruce. Elias Pettersson's got pressure. Thatcher Demko's got pressure. JT Miller, you go up and down their lineup. You can go depth players. Everybody's got pressure. He doesn't have any pressure. So he's got to go up to these guys and just say, boys, like, let's smile here. It ain't about X's and O's, man. Let's just come out here a little high step and snap the puck around. Let's get back to what we can do, because that's a talented team. And I think that's the message he's bringing to them,
Yeah, he's there to clean up a mess. Like, that's all he's doing. Like, it's not his mess. He didn't make it. But let's clean it up. That team's they're not great, but they have talent to be a lot fucking better than they've been, man. A lot better than they've been. They have young players who are very good.
Was Minnesota his last stop?
Yeah, Minnesota was his last stop. He came up through the Washington organization through Hershey. And then he went Washington, Anaheim, Minnesota. And I think it's been like almost 2 years he's been out. And
I'm surprised he didn't fare better in Minnesota, because I feel like he's a guy who gets like every ounce of effort out of his guys. It feels like wherever he goes, guys just play harder for him and play like above their station almost. Like he just, I don't know, maybe it's that personable factor that you talked about and the likability. It just feels like guys just want to play for him. So I think it'll be great in Vancouver. Now on the flip side, in Philadelphia, where they've lost, 8 or 9 straight, the sky's falling, things are looking terrible. They went and fired Alain Vigneault, who was signed to a pretty decent contract for just a couple of years ago. He came in when they let Hackstall go, and that's another team where there's a lot of talent there. I don't know if it's enough talent to win the division, because the division's very tough, the Metro, but I think it's enough to do a lot better than where they are as well. So right now, Mike Yeo is going to be filling in. Correct me if I'm wrong, you probably played for Mike Yeo in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so I had him as an assistant in Pittsburgh, had him as a head coach in Minnesota. Dude, I love Yosi. Yosi's great. He's so prepared. He might not be that big name coach out there, but he always has his game plan, his scout on the team you're playing is just as good, if not better, than every coach I had in the NHL. So the one thing that I'll say though, just comparing even those two situations because they happen at the same time. I hope he stays there. I hope that they get on a little bit of a run and that they're able to take that tag off him. Hey, finish out the year and kind of almost like what's happening down there in Florida with Andrew Brunette, right? I'd love to see that, but like it's different, man. I've been in the locker room on both sides. Like when you bring in a dude that hasn't been there, it's a new guy. So you got 20 on a 23-man roster. You got 23 guys that are like, I want more minutes. I want to be on the power play. I got to reprove myself here. You know, I mean, you're in Philly here. Some guys might feel comfortable. Some guys might be like, hey, I didn't play that much under AV. Good. I'm glad he's out of here. Now we got Yosi in here. And like, you know, or it could just even be just guys feeling comfortable. And I think the whole thing with a coaching change and a shakeup is to make the players not comfortable. Right. So I think that's why you see in one regard, I know they're different teams that they played, but in one regard, you've got Vancouver, who were lights out in their first game under that coach of Boudreau, and then you had you know, the Flyers look like the Flyers have been. I know it was against Colorado, so I'm not trying to like sugarcoat that or make that like that was, you know, that was an easy team. It wasn't, but it might take some more time. I don't know. You're hearing the names out there, man. You're hearing Talk out there. You're hearing Torts out there. I mean, there's a lot of good candidates for that job, but I hope they give Mike Yeo a good long look here. I don't know what the hell you do with this team, though.
Well, you mentioned he's the interim right now, and all signs are pointing to him not being the main guy, the long-term answer, because it just feels like as soon as he was named interim, like you just mentioned, they were already attaching themselves to Rick Tocchet is the lead candidate potentially, and Talk obviously like Philadelphia like Hall of Famer essentially. Like he's basically encapsulates what the city of Philadelphia is all about. He was a cult hero when he played there. Torts is another guy who could fit that identity that Philly loves, that tough, gritty style. And then who else was linked? I saw Jim Montgomery, potentially a little bit of a throwback there, but like I think Torts would be great there. I think Tocchet would be great there. Tocchet now, he had his run in Arizona, didn't go so great. But as an assistant with Pittsburgh, he obviously worked wonders. What are your thoughts on Talk if he was the guy in Philly?
Yeah, first off, two quick things. One, there might be fucking 15 goals scored in this Avalanche Rangers game. It's already 6 goals scored in this game halfway through. So it's a 4-2. We got 4-2 Avs. The Talk thing, I got a Talk story for you. Thank God I didn't have to play about him or play against him, I should say.
What an animal.
That dude was tough as nails from day one all the way through to his last game. He's an absolute beauty. I had him as an assistant coach actually in Arizona a little bit, and he's an awesome guy. Just relates with the players. Anyways, it's preseason, and I'm in New Jersey. He's in Philly. It's like his last year. I'm not making the team. It's one of my first training camps. I'm just trying to get noticed, right? To get in a game in Philly. And so I'm a big kid at 20. At that time I was probably 21. I'm running around trying to hit everything that moves. And Talk comes out to me. And when I had hair, I had like blonde hair, and I don't know. I must have just you'll hear where I'm going with this. But so I'm running around just finishing all these hits. I'm going to the bench, and I get a whack in the back of the legs. I turn around, I look, and it's Rick Tocchet standing there, and I'm like, what? And Talk goes, settle down, you Euro. I'm like, what? And he's like, settle the fuck down, you Euro. And I'm like, looking at him, and I didn't know what to do or say. I'm just like, because I'm not gonna like, I was too green in the league to like, I wasn't fighting at that point. I'm not gonna go fight the guy. I was just like, I'm from Cleveland. Like, I'm like trying to plead with him, like, dude, I'm an American. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not Mikel Roop, it's Michael Rupp. I'm from fucking Ohio.
Mikel Roop.
So he just looks at me. He just looks at me. He's just like, he just looks at me, shakes his head. He's like, just settle down. You're gonna get it. I'm like, oh, jeez. I dodged one there with the Talk. Thought I was a Euro. That's probably the only reason why I got a free pass. The dude thought I was from Germany or some European country.
That's pretty electric. We were just mentioning the Flyers here. I mean, they're
down
2-0.
You asked
me
that
question. They're down 2-0 to Devils right now.
Oh, are they? I didn't see that. Oh, down 2.
They're never gonna take these jerseys off, dude.
So to answer your question, because I got sidetracked there, Talk would be great. I think Talk would be the guy that I would handpick to be there. It would make that fan base happy, the organization happy, and in all honesty, how you not like he has that same kind of influence in a different nature that is Rod does. You know, Rod, look at the way the boys look at Rod.
Yeah.
Rod's in prime shape now. Talk's in prime shape now. Talk played the game the right way. You got to play the game the right way.